I'm not even comfortable selling them for parts. We're back at Sully Boot Sale. I did well down here last week. I picked up a good camera, good keyboard. They've sold already. Got down here a bit earlier because the traffic was so bad last week. I think everyone else had the same idea. But there were still plenty of bargains to find. Here's the first pickup here. This is a pair of Nike Air Force One Elevates. A few things I always check on these. What's the size? Are they genuine? Yep, good on these. What's the sole like? Plenty of life left in that one. And are there any cracks on the front?
How much are you selling your shoes for? £4 for them.
£4, okay, that's not bad at all. Let's have a closer look at the pair next to them. And unfortunately on the front, they were starting to crack.
If I get them, that'd be good.
Now those ones there, they cleaned up pretty well. Bit of sift, that's brought all the leather back white. Perhaps could have done a little bit more to get the yellowing off the sole. And there are a few stains on the tongue there, but that was minimum effort, maximum reward. I'll be listing them for about £25. Now those of you that were eagle-eyed, you would have seen that that seller was selling a pair of Alpine Star motocross boots. You had no chance of seeing that, to be fair. But I managed to pick them up for £5. Now these are Alpine Star Tech 8 motocross boots. They haven't been looked after very well at all. You can see someone's gone out riding, taken them off, chucked them straight in the garage. They're absolutely filthy. And you can see the little rubbery bits all around the top, all starting to perish, all starting to degrade on the back there. Bit of mud just went in my eye then. Now soles on this type of boot range from 30 to 130. Obviously this type of damage, that's going to hamper the price. I'm going to be nowhere near that top level. And I don't know what this mud could be hiding either. I'm going to spend a bit of time cleaning these up. But for £5, if I can make 50, I'll be happy. This seller wanted £50 for this Hot Wheels Mario Kart set, and it sells for that pre-owned on eBay. Brand new goes for about 100, but the seller was adamant it'd never been used. It was brand new. Open box to me, that means pre-owned. Now this one, definitely pre-owned. Old school original Escaldo, sells for about 20 online. Let's see what the seller wanted.
You can have that for 10.
10? Is it all in there or?
It's all in there. Take a look. Take a proper look. The horse, one or two of the horse, they're made of lead, so they're a bit. One or two of them might be a bit wonky, but
I got you.
yeah.
Fair price for someone's collection, not enough money to make on it for me. Now as I got closer to this, I got more and more excited. 4 backwards compatible PS3 consoles. Now the backwards compatible consoles, they sell for an absolute bomb. I mean, obviously with these, there's no leads, they're in pretty poor condition, they're all dusty. In my head, I'm thinking, what about parts? How much are they gonna go for parts? If I can get them cheap enough, even if they don't work, there'd still be a bit of money in them. Now the seller wanted 30, but we managed to strike a deal. I got them all for £20. I have had an absolute shocker with these. It's so easy to do. Just get caught up in the moment. You don't really have a proper look at what you're getting. Now I always knew that these would be for parts. I knew that. All of them missing the covers. None of them have got hard drives in. All of them have been opened up before, look. That's got something taken out there. Something's missing off it, isn't it? This one does have the disk drive though. Look at this one, look. See in there? Completely hollow. Completely hollow. It's junk. What's this one like? Disk drive gone. Now what this looks like to me is someone's already stripped these of any of the parts that work. Now I don't know enough about the internal workings of a PS3, but I wouldn't feel comfortable selling these on as parts, really. I am disappointed, I am, but it's on me. I should have checked them closer. I should have got them out of the box and opened them up a little bit and made a bit more of an informed decision, really. It ain't worth £20, it ain't worth the hassle. Let's go back into a place of peace, a box of cars, and also an old Lego set with Octane sticker on.
It's an old one, isn't it, there? How much you doing them for, the Lego boat? Tenner, is it?
£10 for an old boat that's incomplete. Sold on eBay about 18 for the complete version. leave that one behind. And nope, still raw about those PS3s. I'm not touching another console. Well, yeah, anyway. This caught my eye, this whopping big keyboard. Probably a bit of money there. There's no chance that's getting in the car though. There's a board game with a luminous yellow box that's catching my eye. MB Games stamped on the top. 13 Dead End Drive. Never heard of it before, never seen it before. The box is wrecked, that's always worrying, but opening it up, the pieces are in little bags, so there's hope that it might all be there. Now I thought this was going to be more like Cluedo, but actually you've got to kill off everyone else playing to inherit the money. Now I paid £2 for this, and if I'm lucky and it is all complete, should sell for 20. There's a sealed Pokemon card battle deck down there. It's a bit dusty, but it's still sealed. Sold on eBay about 15.
How much are your books, guys?
Let's just gloss over the fact it clearly says 3 for £1 there.
Yeah, just thinking of the Lord of the Rings ones. There's a nice set there, isn't there? Thank you very much.
Have a look at these Charlie Bears. All still got the tags on, excellent condition.
How much are the bears, guys?
£80.
Yeah, nice and they're big ones.
Yeah.
Look at that one there. Oh, 8 each. Yeah. Beautiful though.
Yeah.
Realise I've not had any CEX credit this video, and I don't really get much here. In fact, I lose money here. No, yeah, I do.
FIFA's 50p,
Where the Olympics.
£2 that one.
£2 for that one.
To be fair, Olympics used to sell for an absolute ton, but the price is just crashed. CEX settled that for £3. It's £1.40 trade-in. I paid £2.
The Olympics one.
Not the best. Oh, and this, I felt the pressure. There was a fair few people ganging up around this store there, and I had my eye on this Xbox One here. Just having a look at the leads, seeing what else it come with, and just generally trying to gauge the condition of it. I mean, it looks all right, looks acceptable. I can already see it doesn't have all the leads. They asked for 30. I could see people lurking, and I just panicked. I did, and I went 20, and I ended up getting it for 20.
What's that there?
I know. An Xbox One console unit only, with a pretty beat up controller. £20. To be fair, if that works, £20's not too bad. But I don't have any leads or anything to prove if that does work. So that is just going to sit in the garage on the shelf, taking space, until I do come across some leads. Saving grace, I do have the controller, but you know how controllers just get like really grimy? How do they even get that grimy? Obviously they're missing the battery cover, but I've put some batteries in there and it does light up. So there is some life in there. Do all the buttons work? Dunno. Has it got stick drift? Dunno. I'll have to be selling that for parts, and I've actually got another one in there that I can sell for parts as well to bundle that up. So £20 is not the end of the world. I'm just gonna have to work harder than I'd like to make it back and hopefully make a bit more. But I do find that with boot sales. With boot sales, I tend to go at just like a scattergun approach. I'm a lot more considered in the charity shops. I tend to take my time. I do a little bit more research before I commit. I mean, that is the luxury of charity shops, though. You do have a bit more time. You haven't got people breathing over your back. That's one thing I need to work on this boot sale season. And it has just started to rain. Let's get that board game in a little bit quick. And then my final pickup of the day. Probably one of my best pickups, to be fair. 15 Monster Jam trucks, 50p each. All pretty good condition. They're getting a nice bit of a wash now, aren't they? Let's grab a bag. Just missed out on a couple of G1 Transformers there. Just wasn't quick enough to get to the table. They were cheap too. I think that's time for me to go.